Today I review Spectre, so let's get talking. Hi, my name is Matt Hale, and welcome to Hair Reviews, where I give you my opinion on movies and stuff. Today I'm going to talk about Spectre, the fourth James Bond movie with Daniel Craig, and it was... Let me just start off with what I liked, and then we'll get to the rest. I was yet again marveled by the cinematography of this series of James Bond films. I may not get this name right. Hoyt van Hoytema, the DP of this film, did an awesome job creating a certain feel and a certain dynamic to this thing. He created a very dramatic yet subtle visual that was really delightful to watch. You'll be brought in by the beautiful shot composition and the lighting that's just superb, and realize that that is the only thing creating any emotion in this film. Now that's it. That's all the good. Let me start on the next part. What this movie lacks everywhere else is just about everything. The story and the direction is as underwhelming as can be, and I wasn't walking in like expecting a lot because I love Skyfall, and to walk out of that movie, I'm not expecting the same experience. So my expectations were not incredibly high in the first place. I walked away from this movie shocked when I just felt the story really had no substance, and the performances were as confusing as I've seen in a long time. Side stories that were not necessary at all. I felt like I was watching the Blu-ray and the deleted scenes were playing, but they weren't supposed to be there. They're supposed to be out. I don't see that person ever again, but they just thought, nah, let's keep it all, even if it doesn't make sense. And what's crazy is there are plot holes everywhere, but they over-explained everything. And let's just go back to the core of creating a character. There are certain requirements for certain characters if people know him well enough. Look at Han Solo. He only cares about himself, he has a temper, and he is a downright scoundrel. These are the things that we can expect from great characters, and to see Han Solo any other way would never make sense, right? However, Spectre changed this around with James Bond. When I watched James Bond in Spectre, I saw a ruthless assassin changed into a somewhat sensitive but confused womanizer who has no clue what's going on. The performances were horrendous by nearly the entire cast. If your villain isn't scary, he's a bad villain. Christoph Waltz is the most unsatisfying villain that I've seen in a really long time. I would say Lord Business from the Lego movie was scarier than this guy. Or that thing from Fern Gully. The point is, if your villain's not scary, there's something that's going wrong. All the villains leading up to Spectre were brought together by this guy. He should be at least 4 times scarier than all the guys leading up to him. It just didn't make sense. I don't know why they went that direction. There's a reason for everything. I just don't think it worked at all. Besides the visual, nothing about this movie worked. There really seemed to be no effort into making this film intentional and memorable. The pacing is strange, the action scenes were slow, that car chase went on forever, and they were probably like maxing out at 25. And that third act was just a massive bust. It rushed so fast and it was annoyingly poetic, which is, I know, a bit strange, but if you see the movie, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And it left a smile on my face because I thought it was a joke. That said, if you like Spectre, that's totally fine. I just think you're wrong. I can't say much else. I just didn't like it. Batista was good, right? I love these James Bond films. I think Sam Mendes is a terrific director. I think Daniel Craig plays this guy well. Casino Royale has one of the best action sequences I've ever seen. But you know, when you got Quantum of Solace, you had to expect that Spectre couldn't be that great. Anyways, that's what I thought of Spectre. If you liked this movie, if you really enjoyed it, why don't you hit me up on Twitter? You can follow me on Twitter at Matt Hale and let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below if you like this content, and I will see you guys on the next review.